This show is clean, pretty much.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 734. Hello, it is Mike Matthews broadcasting from the last place on earth located somewhere in Podcastro Valley, California. Today, Chely Shoehart, Floyd the Floorman, John Deere the Engineer, plus part 2 of my Into It interview with the San Francisco three-piece band Cash for Gold. And what the heck is a zombie star?
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Is that like someone like Bill Murray who gets turned into a zombie in some movie? Hardy Hearts.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Well, we'll find out in a moment. On yesterday's show, we had a Madame Rutabaga moment where she said something that did foment many people's angers and rage. It had to do with soccer players. She says she's a big fan, and oftentimes she'll use a sprayer to cool herself off because she is so warmed by the athletes.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And for those of you who don't know, I am a divorced male in my 40s.
Mike's
And I had
Daily
an interesting moment today
Podcast.
with my ex-wife.
Yeah!
When she revealed to me that she hates malls. She hates malls. That made me do a what? And when I do that, I'm shaking my head back and forth like some kind of strange cartoon character. Look who just walked in.
Oh my god, it's Chely Shoehart, the gift shop supervisor. What do you mean that she doesn't like malls?
Yeah, well, so all the time that we were married and when we were dating beforehand, we would go to malls. All over the country, we have been to malls. All over Southern California, all over the Bay Area, all over Alabama, we went to malls. And it was just sort of like, well, she would go there, she would go shopping and browsing, and then I would sit on a couch, and I actually carried around a man purse, this bag that was full of magazines, Entertainment Weekly, Time Magazine, and the like, and I would pull those out and read those sitting on the couch, like an old man waiting for his wife to get done shopping. Is what I would do. This happened so many times. She would say to me, hey, I'm going to go to a mall. Do you want to come with me? And, I would say yes. So stupidly, I helped contribute to this. But now, apparently, she doesn't like malls. We had a conversation today, and she says she hates them. So I don't know if that's the way of the world. If a lot of women have decided they don't like malls anymore because they can do their shopping online. Or if they're just sick of the crazy rat race inside of them all. But I just found that all that time I invested in malls waiting for her was for naught.
You learned how to tie a knot?
No, it was for naught. For N-O-T. Or is it N-A-U-G-H-T? It's for whatever that expression is. It was for nothing. I got nothing out of it. I just sat in malls, basically what I did. I can say when I die that I spent a good deal of time in concrete, 2-story, consumer, materialistic, infested people places. Although, you know what I find is very interesting are those pictures of malls that are defunct and empty and no one goes to anymore. And that they're, like all the plants have grown crazy and wild, and it looks like a scene out of, I don't know, some science fiction movie.
Planet of the Apes.
Oh, okay. Look, who else just walked in? Hello, Mike, this is Floyd the Floorman! And this is John Deere the Engineer. Mike, we enjoy malls. We go to them, and then we go into the little Radio Shack store that can be found in any mall. Yeah, they're all over the place, huh? And they're kind of crazy, Radio Shacks. Why, Mike? Because they're so overpriced. And they sell things that like no person on this planet would need until suddenly you realize, oh my God, I'm that one person that needs that one thing. Thank God they have it. Don't forget, Mike, you need to give them your home address and home phone number. They really want to be connected to you. Yeah, kind of like a Invasion from the Body Snatchers pod. That's scary, Mike. I hate those. You know what I hate is zombies. And apparently there's now a zombie star While examining Hubble images taken years before the stellar explosion, astronomers identified a blue companion star feeding energy to a white dwarf. Yes. Do you know what any of those mean? A star is like our sun. And then a dwarf is like somebody you see on Game of Thrones. No, it's actually like the size of our sun. The mass is comparable to that of the sun. Its volume is comparable to that of the Earth. And it is the remnant of a star, composed mostly of electron degenerate matter. That could be a character on Game of Thrones. So, yeah, they have found that this white dwarf is feeding off of this other star, a process that ignited a nuclear reaction and released this weak supernova blast called Type IX, less common than its brighter cousin Type Ia. Astronomers have identified more than 30 of these mini supernovas that may leave behind a surviving white dwarf, sort of feeding off of the remains like a zombie. One explanation of this unusual situation is that a game of seesaw ensued between the bigger and smaller of the star pair. The more massive star evolved more quickly to expand and dump its oxygen and helium onto this smaller star. The rapid evolving star became a white dwarf. The smaller star bulked up, grew larger, and engulfed the white dwarf. I'm almost following along with this. The outer layers of this combined star were ejected, leaving behind the white dwarf and the helium core of the companion star. The white dwarf siphoned matter from the companion star until it became unstable and exploded as a mini supernova, leaving behind a surviving zombie star. Well, it's fascinating and incomprehensible. Thank you to American Livewire for that article. What do you think about zombie stars? Email me, MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. Tell me your favorite zombie star or who you would think would make a great zombie star. Email me, MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. We read your comments on the section emails from email. Also, email me there if you'd like to be a guest of the show or if you would like to sponsor the show. That is completely a great idea. MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com, where to email me if you would like to do that. There is also links to where to find us on iTunes. You can subscribe to the show in iTunes and comment and rate. And that, if you rate the show, that helps us out if you do that. There's also a link to where to find us on Facebook. Like the Facebook page. And when I post a new show, share it with your friends. More people find out about us that way. Another great way to support the show is through the Amazon deal of the day. Click on that little square on the side of the website and purchase something at a great discount, and that helps us out. There's also links to where to find us on YouTube, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Mixcloud, Yelp, Tumblr, Twitter. There is the blog and the daily podcast picture, and all of my past interviews, too, are all there at MIKES-DAILY-PODCAST.com.
Into an interview.
Yeah, of course.
I'm speaking with Jordan, the singer and guitarist for the band Cash for Gold, whom he is in the band with the lovely Stella, who's on bass, and George and his mustache on drums. And I looked all over the internet for your last names, but I couldn't find them, so I'll just call you by your first names.
First name is great.
Okay. And tell me about the name for the band Cash for Gold, how you came upon that one.
Well, the name itself, it's a band name. You drive down the street and you see Cash for Gold signs everywhere, and
I know.
It's it's self-promotion if nothing else, but everywhere you go. But there's no real deep meaning behind the name. It's a cool sounding name, and it's our name, so there.
and you've been in the what's that? Go ahead.
Oh, nothing. Go for it.
Well, you've been in the Tenderloin of San Francisco.
Yeah. We used to rehearse in the Tenderloin, right on Turk and Taylor. Pretty seedy area, Dude's trying to sell you crack and heroin every night, but not that bad. It was really cheap rent, and you kind of You kind of just keep to yourself when you're walking around at night.
So that's the secret to surviving, is keep to yourself.
I guess so. They're pretty aggro about it, though. They don't just ask if you'd like to buy their drugs. They're like, buy this bleep right now.
Wow. That's scary.
But yeah, we moved up. We're on Nob Hill now, so it's a little bit better.
We have those same pushers here in Podcastro Valley. They're called Girl Scouts, and they want you to buy their Girl Scout cookies. Buy my cookies now! But you don't have any chocolate chip and peanut butter.
I'd run the other way.
Yeah, at least you can. Well, you can go for a walk and maybe work off the chocolate peanut butter cookies. But the heroin stays in your system and messes you up.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's kind of different league.
But you're going to be playing at the DNA Lounge in San Francisco this Friday.
We are indeed. Yeah, it's our single release. So we're on a bill with a bunch of great bands. We're playing third support. The band Brazil, I've never seen them, but I've heard great things. So I'm looking forward to it.
I wonder if that's named after the country or after the cool Terry Gilliam movie.
Either one would be pretty cool. I'd kind of sway toward the Terry Gilliam movie, though. I
have to watch that again.
I really enjoy that film.
That was weird, yeah.
It's a great flick, isn't it?
Very interesting, yes. Futuristic, bizarre. And I think Robert De Niro's in it.
Yeah, that's right. He was in it, wasn't he?
Strange.
Oh, I get excited over the smallest things.
But yeah, the show at the DNA Lounge, you will be there with some other great bands, and so people should come see you play. Yeah, that'd be excellent.
There's Bourgeois Productions and the new record label are putting this show on. They've been doing a lot of good press for it, and hopefully there's going to be a good turnout.
Are you gonna play Sunshine?
Oh yeah, we're definitely playing Sunshine. I think we're gonna play the record kind of like, well, the record's not out yet, obviously, but we're gonna play it in order pretty much. So Sunshine will be the second track that night.
Cool, because I'm gonna play it right now.
Excellent.
I'm gonna play. This is from your upcoming Swan Dive album, and this is. I love the beat and the clapping in it.
Oh, thank you.
How did you guys come upon this song? How did you put it together?
How did we put this one together? I don't know. Pretty much that's how we put all of them together. With this one we wrote. It was just Stella and I when we first started playing together, and in the apartment. It was in the summertime, and there's no AC. We were just melting, just pouring sweat, and just unplugged, and just kind of had an idea to, for the chorus to just strip it down and kind of have the thump, 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 thump. And, kind of anthematic chorus. I guess in our heads it was a little bit more anthematic than it came out on the record, but yeah, that's how that song came about.
And you recorded it at the studio in the Tenderloin?
Yeah, we recorded it. We recorded the whole record actually out in Lodi.
Oh.
Yeah, it's I guess one of the guitar players from the Black Crowes and one of my buddies, Dave Simon Baker, who did the whole record. They're partners out there.
Oh.
And
cool.
Yeah, we got some killer sounds. It's a great. We did it all on 2-inch tape, so you get that warmth.
Wow.
And yeah, it was a really, really good experience, and we could stay there too. You go out there and you sleep on the property and record. It's really cool.
Well, okay, let's listen to it. This is Sunshine, and check out the band Cash for Gold on Facebook. They're on the Facebook. Just type in Cash for Gold, and you will find.
We are Cash for Gold.
Oh, we are Cash for Gold. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Facebook.com.
Yeah. Otherwise, you get some weird pawn shops or whatever.
Oh yeah. So make sure it's a sentence. We are Cash for Gold, and you will get them on Facebook, and you can find out when they're going to release Swan Dive and everything. And
Indeed.
here is Sunshine on Mike's Daily Podcast.
You'll never see me again in the sunshine. I've been awake all along and I'm feeling fine. We'll dance up above all the stars in the sky tonight. We'll dance all around, shedding sparks tonight from the light. Come around, I suppose it's because you have nowhere else to go. At night we all just look the same and whisper love to each other. Since about the things we said the night before, nothing never changes, we just end up sleeping on the floor. Wake from your sleep, I have finally found the man. Stays underground, melting ice in the burning sand. Smoke in the bedroom, my hands are on fire. Laying in the light, we will only get higher. Don't know why you come around, I suppose it's because you have nowhere else to go. At night we all just look the same and whisper love to each other. Things about the things we said the night before. Nothing ever changes, we just end up sleeping on the floor. Same and whisper love to each other. Since the perfect things we said the night before, nothing ever changes, we just end up sleeping on the floor.
Sunshine by the group Cash for Gold as we go outside the last place on earth where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley, California. Does the interview end? No! It continues. There's a part 3 tomorrow. Listen tomorrow, and we will speak with Cash for Gold and hear more great music from them on the next shoe.
And here's today's podcast picture.
And speaking of cool shoes, I saw an interesting show with Daniel G. Harmon and Kyle Alfred Hillig at this place I'd never been to in San Francisco called the Vortex Room. It is very odd, and they have a little stage. It's tiny, it's cozy, it's loungy. It's retro, it's 70s, it's old school, it's 60s, it's like you've been teleported back in time. But see a picture from that. I snapped a picture while I was at the Daniel G. Harmon, Kyle Alfred Hillig show. And you can see that there at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com.
Mike Matthew, I'm thinking about going to the mall right now. You want to come with me?
I still want to go with you. Let's go. Tomorrow, the part 3 of the Into an Interview with Cash for Gold. Plus, we will hear from the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, the Brewmaster, and Benita.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MIKES-DAILY-PODCAST.com. Email Mike now at MIKES-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!
Mike, I don't watch any of those zombie or methamphetamine or dragon, Renaissance, medieval people having sex and killing each other shows. I just watch the Food Network. Oh, do you like that Giada De Laurentiis? Her breasts scare me. I want to be the next Food Network star.